to do it. I highly encourage anybody, whether it is a physical product or a digital product, to take your talents, your knowledge, and your expertise online. Okay. The goal is to generate a passive income so that way you can financially fuel whatever your purpose is. And with drop shipping, I when I first came in, I heard a lady speaking, and I'm sorry I didn't catch her name at the time. She was talking about print on demand and having a t-shirt line. When it comes to online, you can literally sell anything. World. Oh, sorry about that. I got a call. There's literally no limits. There, you can sell anything. My top selling store is a hair boutique. The cheapest wig that I sell in that store is $560. I don't purchase that wig. I don't touch that wig. I don't have to see that wig. I don't have to ship that wig to a customer. I don't have to go to a post office. I don't have to do anything because with drop shipping, and I heard someone say it before, you don't have to purchase inventory. And with most drop shipping platforms, you have an 80% or higher profit margin because you are not purchasing any of the merchandise or the inventory that you're selling. And when you take this model online, you can it a lot of people are skeptic because they're so worried about what to sell. And I tell everybody, everybody asks me, the biggest question I get is, what should I sell? Like, what do you think I should drop ship? What is the top selling drop shipping item? And I tell them every single time, I don't give a damn what you sell. It's not about what you sell, it's who you sell it to. It's about the audience you reach. And so I over hyperlize, I over it's important for you to streamline your customer avatar because you can sell a dog toy. And if you go and put that dog toy in front of a bunch of dog lovers, you're going to sell them like hotcakes. So it doesn't matter what you sell it to, and who you position your product in front of. And when it comes down to $10,000 to $20,000 a month consistently, there's a million different ways that you can do that. But I am all about automation and setting things on autopilot. I want to work for myself, but I don't want to work for myself. I want to have a system that no matter whether I'm up or whether I'm asleep, whether I'm in Dubai, whether I'm in Georgia, whether I'm in Puerto Rico, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. My website is online 24/7. It doesn't matter whether I'm on vacation or what I'm doing. As long as I have an internet connection, I can make money in my sleep. My hair boutique, that was my first store that I started, and that store alone brings over $10,000 a month. And it has nothing to do with what I'm selling, it has everything to do with who I'm selling it to, who I'm targeting, who I'm positioning that in front of. And there are so many different ways that you can get into this. There's so many different things that you can sell. The sky is the limit. And the beautiful thing about taking this talent online is that not only is it a passive stream of income, but it's also a stream of income that you can turn into multiple streams of income. I can think of a store right now and have my team put it together in 24 hours, and that's a whole nother stream of income, a whole nother audience, a whole nother sector of people that I'm touching.
I got a
And
question
so,
for you real quick.
mm-hmm,
Offer any like courses or
I do, and my website is in my bio. I offer several different things, and I do have receipts. I do some business with some of the people on this app. I'm working with Captain Tazariak, and I'm rebranding him. I've helped Jerry. I'm supposed to be helping Whack. but my boy ain't hit me back yet. But that's
You
a
know,
whole
I
nother
didn't get no.
thing.
I didn't get. I've been waiting on
I
you to contact me.
I text you, but you know you
Did
can.
you? We
I
texting
sure
now
did.
then.
But you can get back to me whenever you
But
ready.
once you, I sent you my number. Just send me your number
Okay,
in the back
sounds
channel.
good.
I've been sent you my number.
I know,
All
and
right.
I've been text you, but I don't. But we gonna get to the money. It's no pressure. But I'm gonna stop going on and on because one thing about money, that's the type of talk I like talking, and I have children, and I'm all about generational wealth. I'm my own bank. I don't have to go. I take a store and put it up, and I can take in and purchase real estate just with that one store, the income that I get off that store. So it's levels to all this shit, and I'm here to help in any way I can. I'll answer any questions. If you guys need anything, I'm here. But if you know that's the move. If you're not making $10,000 to $20,000 a month, you're not living. We live in America. If you're looking at inflation and the prices of shit, it's out of the roof. You know, I stay in Florida. I know some of y'all are on the West Coast. These prices is kicking ass, and you need money to live. Period. You need money to make an impact, and the only way that you are going to make an impact is if you hitting that type of money a month. And with that being said, I'll yield. Thank you for allowing me to
Hey,
speak.
hey,
I
Do you
drop.
appreciate you
have to
so
get
much.
like a
One
license for?
mic, y'all.
Hey,
Any questions for her? Any? Hold on one second, y'all. Any questions for her? Please just hit in the back channel. I just want her to introduce herself so she can show y'all her value. Anything past that, y'all can get with her directly. She said she got an ebook, she got courses, and I'm sure she does like phone consultations and stuff like that. So I want to keep the ball rolling. I want to get into some other people and some other industries. Yep, makeup. I'm gonna let you get in there in 1 second. I just got your message. I want to throw it back to Whack real quick.
you talking like monthly thing? Like that's some right now shit. Day trading.
Anything,
Brett.
anything.
A lot of my shit be like, like when you get into the real estate and building other businesses, like some of that stuff takes a little time, but then once it starts to move for you, I'm with her on what it takes to live a month. If I can't see 100 a month, I'm fucked up. Like literally, nigga, I'm finna go broke. Literally, you know what I mean? Just bills and costs to survive and running your companies. Um, but nah, day trading is a real easy one. It's a low risk one. Real estate, some of these areas, St. Louis, Detroit, Inkster, Michigan, we can grab these houses for like, you know, 15, 25,000, put about 10,000 in them. You ain't got to use your money. We get a Home Depot credit, flip them out. Um, I got like they rent for like 1,000 a month. I got like 30 of those up here in Inkster. You know what I mean? But they praise for like 70, so his equity is in them. Um, Merch, it's a dude on this app named Latif. Well, you can send him your designs, whatever. He a contract with you. You ain't paying for your t-shirts or whatever it is you're doing. You know what I mean? They'll print, press, and ship. Create your link. Get with somebody like Dropship to create your e-commerce online. That'll work for you. Um, Shit. What else, man? A lot of my shit is music catalog too, as well. So that's shit that's generated over the years. You know what I mean? And that's really kind of like my little like your little job retirement is my music catalog. I'm just not the manager. I also own the music. So that's always there in case I get in a situation or whatever. But yeah, man, I think day trading for people that don't want to play with a lot of their money, a
What
couple
could you?
thousand.
What would you? 'Cause I just actually, I
Yeah.
just got my TD Ameritrade.
Yeah, I
What
got
would you?
I got a whole team that does. So what I did, right? So this is how I operate. A lot of shit that I can't do that I hear people doing, I just go get a team that does it, and I just cut them into it. You know what I mean? So I give them access to my monies, and I let them day trade it and whatever's made, I just get them a cut because it's not nothing that I sit down and do. For me to sit down and do something hands on like that takes me away from everything else that I do. But um, it's definitely like you said, you can go register with that and play with it, or it's companies out there that you can just kind of broker with them and whatever's made. It's a risk. Sometimes they lose, sometimes they win, or whatever's made. You give them they cut, you take your cut after what you put into it, and there it is. But that's a easy way of doing it for somebody just saying like, look, I don't want to have to go buy some land and develop property or find homes and flip them and all this shit. Day trading is an easy way to get to 10, 20,000 a month.
I'm glad you
So
just
the
highlighted
easiest
that
way to
shit,
lose,
right?
it also, if you don't know what you're doing, is also the easiest way to lose 10
I
twenty
mean, with
percent of money.
everything, it's a risk, though.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no. I know. But
yeah.
what I was gonna say is, someone said that they have TD Ameritrade. If you have TD Ameritrade and you have not traded before,
That
because I
was
also
me.
do
That
day
was me,
trading,
Cervantes.
then
Mm.
try with on TD Ameritrade. They have on the side of paper trading, right? So you're not actually
Yep,
using
yep,
real
yep, yep.
live
That's what
money.
my man's. Yep, that's how I'm doing.
Mhm.
So I was just trying to drop the game. That's it. You know,
You
they
see,
have it.
my it's like I'm like what she like, Bray. I'm like you. It's like you probably got the time because you do your construction thing. So while that shit's moving, you got the time to sit down and figure out. I just tapped into a company, and some people I know that do it every day, and I just gave them a bag. You know what I mean, and like to play with. And I ain't gonna lie, I gave him a book. I gave him like 50,000 maybe like 2 years ago. Now that bag they play with 150 a day because I just kept dumping into it as I kept making money. But I'm like, I didn't made my money back 100 times. So the
But
150
that's
they got,
crazy you say
they
that,
can
Wack.
lose that shit, and I wouldn't give a fuck because the 150 just came from profits, and I like take
Right,
a little
right.
bit and keep putting it back and get them more to play with. So,
But that's
It's
um,
that.
crazy.
Hey,
It's
Wack,
crazy
what
you say
story
that,
time?
right? Hold on, y'all. 1 second. It's crazy you say that, right? Because when I sat down, excuse me, y'all. When I sat down with Floyd, and I was asking all type of fucking questions because I didn't
mhm.
know when the next time I was gonna have the opportunity to sit down with the nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
On
hit
rare
me up. You
occasion.
know that's bro. I can always hook
Right,
that
right.
up for you.
I'll talk to you. I'll text you because he got one of my people signing his. Lil James is my folks. That's his
Mhm.
artist. So anyway, so we chilling, and I was asking him. He was like, man, he said the same exact thing you said. That nigga don't know a lot of shit. He don't know a lot of shit, and
No,
I'm
he
not
got
saying that with
people doing it.
disrespect. I'm not saying that as disrespect. I'm saying that as when you got a certain type of money, even if you don't got a lot of money, if you have enough money to hire somebody, get them to do the work for you because that's what they went to school
And
for.
just cut them
That's what
in.
they work exactly. Take everybody want to be greedy and get the most out of it, but you got to look at what I was taught was opportunity cost. How much time is it gonna cost? I mean, what's your time worth? You know what
I
I'm saying?
can't. I
People
ain't got
Bray,
it, bro.
Bray,
Right?
Bray.
exactly, exactly.
No,
Twenty
Yep.
Bray, but
percent of five
also,
different businesses, right, is 100% to you, right, or one, right. But if you could have 100% of one business and the motherfucker ain't moving because you trying to figure it out, it ain't doing nothing for you.
but Bray,
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Who
Bray, I also
who
think
that?
that this Mr. Get to it. I also remember I just
Oh,
said
what's
this
up?
earlier. I just said this shit earlier about extending your business and allowing taking that chance to allow other people to play a big part in situations, right? So I don't think it's so much of everybody being greedy, right? You got some motherfuckers who just built their shit and they scared to take that chance,
Yeah,
like to
real.
put their shit in other people's hands, right?
Yeah.
And I learned this shit. Like I'm talking about, I learned this autopilot shit here on this app, right? And to actually have your money on autopilot, it's a fucking beauty. Like, because you still get to actually live, especially if you're a father or you got certain things going on in your, because you can't be everywhere. You know what I mean? But if you can take a chance from the little money, and I'm gonna go, I'm the bottom. Like y'all talking big talk. Like I'm down here with it, right? And I could see up there. And the reason why, because I know I can't do it by myself. I know I need other outlets while I'm doing this project. Like I'm on my way right now to do a project. But I got three other projects that's been going on since Friday. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right, right, right.
I think that's one not a quick way, but I think it's a better way to get to that top, man.
I got something for you. Get to it. I'm gonna call you when I close this room. I wanna throw the mic to makeup, but before I do that, real quick, leverage, man. Leverage is everything. You know what I'm saying? Like with me and my construction company, I got a paint job, $3,000. Right? I spent about $250 on materials. I paid my man about 500 to do most of the work. I'm gonna come in later on the day to do the rest. I'm gonna still make 2,500, and I ain't really do much. Leverage is everything. So instead of trying to pocket all the bread, it's okay to one, you a different type of individual when you a boss when you employ other people. When you feeding families and you guarantee that everybody eat, that's really what a boss is. So it's like to be able to employ people and put money in people's pockets and shit like that. That's a good feeling, right? Then to be able to like kick back a little bit and not do all the fucking labor, that shit's amazing too, and still take the big chunk home. So leverage, man, opportunity cost and leverage. That's two of the things I want to give y'all. But I want makeup to get in there because I know she probably won't be here.
Hi. Okay, so I just want to say, this year was the first year that 3 months in a row for a full quarter, I was able to hit 10K per month, which I was really, really proud of myself for. I don't have a college education. I never went to school, and so I just want to share like what it is that I do and what I did. And there were just two specific things that I did. First, I do have a full-time job, so I still work while I have my side hustle, which is really important, because I do want to make sure that we're all clear here that not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur, etc. And sometimes you have to learn how to dream chase while you keep the lights on. So I do have a full-time job, which I am a technical writer. And so I have a great ghostwriter who got me that job. I do have a pretty good writing skill, so I'm able to still do my job, you know, past the expectation. But I did hire a ghostwriter to get me that job, which put me at a higher salary rate. And then also for makeup, I am a makeup artist that specializes in beauty and bridal. So I've been doing bridal makeup for 10 years now, but I also signed to two bridal companies as a makeup artist. And so they do take 70, I'm sorry, they do take 30%. So it's 70/30, but I'm constantly busy. So I made well over 5K per month just in makeup, wedding makeup alone, taking about two weddings a weekend, which will only take about 10 hours max total. And so combined between those two, I was able to make 10K, well, a little bit more consecutively 3 months in a row. Now, the way that I plan on like adding to that is, of course, I'm gonna utilize my 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 following that I have here on Clubhouse, whether it be putting out a lipstick line, something smaller, or connecting with different companies to do kind of like some influencing work, which I've already been doing on the sideline. I just kind of don't talk about it that much. Um, but nonetheless, I just want to say the quickest way is to maybe not quit, just pivot a little bit. So, as a makeup artist, instead of doing faces for $85, when I get off from my full time, no, I just do bridal work, right? So it's about $150 per face. Yeah, they take a cut 70/30, but they're doing all the admin work. I don't have to deal with any of that. I just show up there, do what I do, and I get out and leave. And that's not including my own clientele as well that I have. So there's just different ways that you can scale. I don't think that 10K is that difficult to make a month, but you do have to put yourself in a position where like you're able to actually generate that. And so I just wanted to give those some encouragement, those who may not have a college education, those who may not have their hands in like a bunch of different piles. Just make sure that you secure at least two things, like a full time job with benefits, with pay to kind of take care of your basic necessities, and then your side hustle. But make sure, like every person who's a leader knows that sometimes it's okay to follow. Sometimes you have to follow a little bit, get the blueprint, watch what people do, etc. And make sure that you're still able to pay yourself. So I just kind of wanted to offer that. Don't quit in whatever position you're in. Just kind of pivot and work smarter and not harder.
Hey,
Thank
makeup,
you.
Thank you so much,
makeup,
Makeup.
hey,
And
makeup.
makeup, when you're ready to do your lipstick, let me know. I can probably put you direct with them people overseas to get it real low low. So you ain't just doing no white label shit.
So,
Thank you, Ack. I
Get
appreciate
your
you.
costs real low. Yep.
also mentioned that that placement that you mentioned, that position, could sometimes be uncomfortable. Because I notice people
All the
don't understand.
time.
Yeah,
Don't say
success is very
sometimes,
uncomfortable,
goddamn
man. I just want, I just wanted to throw that out there.
shit.
It's an uncomfortable place, man.
For one, once you get there, you want to do everything so you don't come down, and then you striving to go up. And the more you strive to go up, is more risk you take. And on your way up, you're gonna come down. And when you take that hit, you got to figure out how to get back up, right? So it's every day. It's not, you know, it's not until you just get old and content, right? Or you just contented where you at. Is That's what it's gonna be. I remember saying, Bray, I can't wait to get my first million, right? You get your first million, you be like, yo, that shit go. Yeah, I need 10 million, right? Then you strive, I need 50 million. Like every time you feel like you get somewhere, your way of living and things you got going on, it's swallowing it up anyway. So it
Yeah,
keeps
facts.
you, it keeps you reaching. I remember, bro, I was like, yo, I get my bills down to 5,000 a month. You look up your bills 50, 60,000, right? But now you know what you making it went up, so it's the same shit. So
I,
he's right.
I,
It
I
ain't
did
going
the
nowhere.
same shit whack. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was young when I started my construction company.
Hmm.
I was a promoter in my city, so I was already super popping, well known. You know what I'm saying? Which helped me get a lot of business because once I posted on Facebook, niggas was hiring me. You know what I'm saying? Based
Yeah.
off of me knowing everybody. So when the promotion shit died out, I got heavy into construction. Man, I'm talking about I was 22, 23, 24. I made half a million my first time. I didn't know what the fuck to do. I was like, I can't wait to get 10,000 for like in my hand. Like I used to make
Yeah.
that type of money with the parties, but it was different with parties because that money come and
It
go. We,
come
we
and go.
we have a party, yeah. We
That
we
shit
throw a
gone
party.
by
We at the
money.
we throw it. No, we go to the club and spend it at the next nigga spot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the party money different, but when the construction money, it was kind of the same. I was making it, but I didn't apply, I should say. I knew it, but I didn't apply the financial literacy. Pay myself out of a business bank account. Pay myself, $1,000 a week, $1,500 a week. Nah, I was getting $20,000, $30,000 contracts and pocketing it. Nigga, I was spending people money before I even finished the job. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. It's
like
real.
because I was so used to being broke. I wasn't used to business structure. I wasn't used to understanding how to operate and really just manage the business the way it needs to be managed because we all come from nothing, man. So when you start making that type of money and
You
really
start entertaining them wants instead of the
yeah, and
needs.
your lifestyle go up. I'm going up,
Oh
man,
yeah.
because I like to trick. Anybody on the app know I like to trick. So I go from taking chicks from Applebee's. We at Roof Chris. I ain't never been to Roof Chris a day in my life. I'm $300 bills and
Bray, you
taking
gotta come
girls on
hang out
trips.
with me, man. Let me show you them spots to really go trick at, man.
Nah, for
Let me show
sure,
you
for
them
sure.
spots.
We gonna link up. But I'm just saying,
It
like, I
ain't
like to
tricking
tell
if
my
you got it though,
oh
Bray.
yeah,
It
I'm in a
ain't
different
tricking
Don't
if
trick
you
position
it if
got
now.
you
it.
got
That's
it.
I'm in a
right.
I'm in a big different situation now, but I like to tell my truth on this app. I like to use my story as a testimony and so give motivation. You know what I'm saying? Because really, bro, we all still trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just came home. I did 8 months. That ain't long, but I just came home 2 months ago. I came home to nothing, literally
240
nothing.
days you can't get back.
Yeah, exactly. In a fucking jumpsuit. I was in a onesie like a baby, grown ass baby. You know what I'm saying? But I came home to nothing. I gave the rest of my money to my kids' moms so they could pay for daycare and other shit, right? So I came home to zero. I was like, you know what? What can I do? I know how to get on my feet. I know how to make money, but what can I do for the long term of this, right? I hear a lot of people on this app. I hear a lot of people on this app talk about, oh, that nigga ain't got it. Like not me, but into other niggas. Oh, you broke. You stay with your parents, or you got a roommate, and you got. I'm like, I'm listening. I'm just like, I know. I got a homeboy who owns three 8-unit apartment buildings. This nigga's a millionaire. He got three 8-unit apartment buildings and like 10 other single family homes. He got a roommate. Nigga drives a $140,000 car. He has a roommate. He has over $500,000 in the bank. He has a roommate. So the motherfucker that says, "Oh, you got a roommate," or you said your parents, you don't got $1,000 saved up. This shit don't be making sense. I think Jasmine said this in a room a week or two ago, and I loved it when she said it because I never thought about it. It's called wealth building. That's what we need to do. If you need to move back home with your mama to save on your expenses for your future, then do it. If you need to move in with your little brother or your cousin or whatever the case it may be, you need to do that. I don't see why our culture people rather struggle to make it seem like they're so independent and struggle to make it seem like they're doing something. Then, you know what? I'm going to take this year, get back on my feet, and then I'm gonna pop back out on y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all what sacrifice really look like. Staying down till you come up. I don't get that, man. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Like, you know how many times I moved back to my mama house when I fell on my ass? To even have a mama house to go back to was a fucking blessing. Some of us can't go back to our mama crib when we need to. Mama's always there, door wide the fuck open. Here go a couple hundred, mom. Thanks. Let me, I'll be out in 60 days. You know what I'm saying? Here go $1,000. I'll be out in, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. That's the only place in the world you can go safe without judgment and be okay. She gonna cook. You know what I'm saying? She definitely gonna cook. She gonna make sure you good, and she gonna have your best interest at heart. But only in our culture is it frowned upon for motherfuckers to be like, yo, I'm living at my mama house. But these Arabs, it be 13 of them motherfuckers in the crib, and all of them up. Every one of, hey, Wack, I know you know I ain't lying. Every one of them up. You don't got to get out till you get
No,
married and
they do
shit.
that, and the Hispanics do
Yeah,
that.
other
We can't
cultures
do
Yeah,
it.
do
You know
that.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
they have their kids save up their money.
They
When
do
they
that.
go out
yeah.
in the world, they all good. We
They
need to
they they
live
buying
off the
they
struggle.
yeah they buying gas stations as a unit. It'd be 10 of them in that house. All right, look, we gonna help you get to your first 100,000. Then we gonna buy the
Mm-hmm.
corner store. All right, once the corner store, because the corner store gonna run you up real quick. So as soon as that corner store bounce back, okay, then we gonna get the cousin 100,000. He gonna go open up the tobacco shop. The tobacco shop booming. Now we got two booming businesses. All right, then the other cousin, she gonna open up the nail salon. Then her 100 bands gonna come back. Then we gonna open up the hair store. Then that 100 bands gonna come back. Then we gonna open up a chicken spot in the hood because all the niggas like lemon pepper wings. So that's gonna run up two, three, 400 orders a day at $20 a order. But we don't think like that, man. That's why when I open up these rooms, I'm so happy my friends come in here and support. My friends come in here and come with game and information and resources because that's what we need to be doing. We need to be wealth building. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta crash out all day every day. We don't gotta bang on the app all day every day. We can do a little bit of both. We can get to a bag and the bullshit. That's what I don't. I like to do both. I like a healthy balance of bullshit and money. I'm on my way to Home Depot right now to go get some materials so I can pick up some more money.
Yo, bro, I
You know what
say,
I'm saying? Go ahead.
I think it's a lot of shaming tactics that we get as black people, like the whole kicking kids out at 18. It's definitely a generational curse that we don't even realize. But I wanted to just speak really quick on a service-based business because I noticed that a lot of black people, a lot of times aren't getting into service-based businesses. I'm sorry, y'all, I got a red bar. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
my
you.
mom, we
Oh,
can
okay,
hear you.
okay. I have a janitorial service that I don't really promote here, but it does really well. A lot of people aren't willing to get into the janitorial service side of business, but it definitely runs itself for the most part, other than invoicing and getting the materials that I need. Um, Lawn care, like we don't think about the landscaping businesses. Those Hispanic people that are doing that in our city, like they're making a killing out here, installing sprinklers and cutting grass and doing all that stuff. A lot of times I'm
Now you in the
too
matrix, Ab. You in the
proud to get
matrix, Ab.
into. Oh shit, damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
we hear you. You could. Go ahead, Ab. We hear you.
Oh, a lot of times our people are not to get into those type of businesses. I remember when we needed money to start our business, a lot of people laughed at us and said that they weren't gonna invest the $30,000 that we needed to start the business. Now that the business generates, well over a couple $100,000 a year, now everybody wants to know how the hell they figure out what they need to do. But people are too proud to pick up trash or to have a valet trash service, valet period. Like we're too proud to do a lot of these things, but these things are not going away. So I don't know if y'all spoke on service-based businesses, but it's definitely something to get into, and a lot of them are low cost to start up.
So I
That's a
think.
fact.
So,
I love that, Ebony. And a lot of people do shy away from service based things because they may think they're too good for them or what have you. But being a service to other people is the best way to get some money. How can I service you? How can I help you? Right? Like that is one of the best ways. So I'm so happy that you introduced that to the conversation.
You know
Can
And
what's
I
that goes
just
back
crazy?
say
to what I
something
was
on
Uh,
saying
that real
earlier
quick?
about the SWOT analysis, right? And a lot of people like really don't understand how important that SWOT analysis is, right? Because while you have all of these people doing all of these amazing things, they still need someone to go clean up, right? They still need someone. People don't want to, as they get older, don't want to cut their yard, right? So there's landscapers that actually come out and do these things, right? Or tree removers, etc., etc. People, you know who else makes a lot of money? Believe it or not, in New York, people that clean up crime scenes. As crazy as that may sound, right? People that clean up crime scenes make a ton of fucking money, right? And people don't realize that you have to have an expert really come in and clean up your home after a crime scene. And so these are different things that a lot of people don't understand, but that's why I say SWOT analysis is an amazing tool, and people just got to get into that.
Hey,
Can I
Shavantes,
say something on
Mike
that?
Hollingsworth?
Say that again.
You know Mike Hollingsworth in
What?
Harlem?
Yeah, what about them?
It's
Oh
on
no,
you
I'm
next,
saying that's my
Janae.
man. Because you said the cleaning business. That's what I
Oh
was
yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah. No, 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 no.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But
yeah.
the thing what I'm trying to say is that, like, a lot of people don't realize that people all want to go into the same business that everybody goes into, right? And realize that that market is already saturated, right? And so therefore go into a market that's really not saturated, but that is also booming, right? I tell anybody in a heartbeat, there is a lot of money in reentry. A lot of people don't realize that. They are giving away money for reentry programs, giving it away. And you know why? Because the laws are changing, because they are really truly moving into rehabilitation versus punitive. Even in New York, think about it, the bail reform, you can rob somebody and don't go to jail, but they'll send you to a program, right? There is a lot of money in it, and they're throwing money at reentry. But a lot of people don't seem to monopolize on that because they feel like that's a lost population. Yeah, it may be a lost population to on one degree, but it's profitable on another. I'm just saying, I'm working on my second transitional
I
house.
definitely
I,
agree.
Hey,
Can I say
so
let
something real quick?
go ahead, Janae.
I was gonna say on the service jobs as well. Me personally, I had success during the pandemic with tutoring, which is another big, big, big thing that not many people talk about. A lot of these kids, they were stuck at home, and yes, they had parents, but there was a lot of parents who was also working from home. I made a small business out of that that kept me afloat. I was working with any kid from kindergarten up until high school. That's a big thing too. Also, another service job that I might make a note of, if you're good at computers, you can help and do tech support from home. That was something I did
What
all
up,
through
Passion?
college for extra income. I was
That's
doing
so dope.
website maintenance. I was doing website maintenance. I was, contacting the elderly people in the neighborhood. Hey, do you need emails sent out? Do you need things printed out? Let me help you with that. You know, you just have to find what is the need in your market for you to fill it. I think having a service job or doing a service job is always a good hustle for somebody to have because there's always somebody who's going to need something, you know?
I
And
wanna
people are a lot more
let
lazy now too. So just keep
that's
that
a
in mind.
fact.
People don't want to do shit that people did back in the day. Like I wouldn't imagine cutting my own fucking grass. You know what I'm saying? People are just lazy. So service-based business is the way to go, y'all.
But everything, that's, I'm glad you said that, right? So everything can be turned into a service. Now, I just want to, the way my brain is wired, I mean, I'm not going to do all this shit I'm telling y'all. I'm just giving y'all ideas. My train's smoking. I'm good over here. But I definitely want to give y'all some ideas, right? So, one idea, everybody, because I heard somebody say everybody wants to jump in industries that everybody else is in, which is a fucking fact. Because people like to hop on bandwagons. Or if it works for them, it can work for me. But it's okay to do that if you look at it from a different perspective, right? So I'm gonna give y'all a couple different perspectives. One, podcasting. Everybody wants to start a podcast, right? I even want to start a podcast, but I don't know how to set up a podcast equipment. I don't even know what equipment to get for the podcast. So if one of y'all had a service on one-on-one to podcasting, I bet you I will pay you for that. You know, and I'm sure there's a million other people that'll pay you for that. There's a bunch of people on this app that'll pay you for that. So it's like instead of trying to hop in the lane with everybody else, create a lane that's similar to that lane so you can benefit the most. Because the thing about me, when I got in construction, I was the only black kid in my city. So it was nobody I could crash with. I leveraged that, you know? So it's like same with y'all. When you in your own lane, you don't got that much competition, so you can maximize your profits. You can charge high rates because ain't nobody else doing it. You know what I'm saying? But when you like Airbnb, if you in Atlanta, everybody got a fucking Airbnb in Atlanta. So your price is your competitive price is not gonna be really that good. But when you got when you got a Airbnb and like maybe 30 minutes outside of Atlanta where people might not travel as much, but they're going to spend more because they're there for work, you're going to make more money or the same money without the same amount of work. I got to take a call real quick. Somebody else talk.
I was just gonna say that I was listening to what y'all was saying, right? And I always believe that if your outcome is more than your income, then you could possibly be working backwards. So I learned how to maximize my income by minimizing my outcome at my best ability. Like right now, I do home improvement. I have a city job, just like Makeup was saying. It's always good to have that primary source. That can fulfill a lot of areas, right? Benefits and all that good stuff. But now, like now, I'm about to have my father like really resigned from his job. He's from South Carolina. And I'm gonna bring him to New York and I'm gonna do transportation for kids to go to school. So I'm gonna buy a 12 to 15 passenger van and have him drive kids to school every day. And what made me trip on that is because I pay $300 a week for my one son to go to school just for pickup and drop off. $300 a week. So that's another, if you in the area where school is real, that's another outlet. Like it's a real thing because the person who drives my son, like he's so overbooked that he can't even take no more kids, and he got about 3, 4 vans, whereas he using his personal vehicle just to accommodate other parents. And it's just just another source, another outlet if you're really good and patient. So I throw that out there as well,
I
man.
want to, and this might be something for you too, get to it. I just thought about this, right, as far as servicing. In the construction world, right, y'all probably never thought about this. Porta potties is a very lucrative business. So you might not have nothing to do with construction. You might not know how to do nothing, right? But you don't need to know how to do nothing to service people. All those job sites, all those new apartment buildings that y'all drive by, they need porta potties. It's actually a legal law for these big ass job sites to have a certain amount of porta potties per amount of employees that's on the site. So you can get into a third party service, where you can get a vendor to give you the porta potties or sublease them or whatever from them. They will drop them off, pick them up, and clean them. And you just charge the client. And when you get them certifications, you can actually, when they hit you up via email, these contractors and these general contractors and shit, you can tell them, hey, I just want to bid on porta potties. Or you can cold call major construction companies in your city or out of your city and say, hey, any projects you guys got coming up, put me on your vendors list. I have a porta potty company. You'll be surprised. Like I know a nigga that did $4 million off of porta potties. Same thing with like same thing with like toilets, paper towel holders, toilet paper holders, cabinetry, all that shit. Like you could third party all this shit and literally set it up in a like kind of like drop shipping, but in construction. You can literally set up these accounts with these vendors and then get on the vendors list for the contractors and middleman the deal and make hundreds of thousands of dollars selling products that you don't even have to have in stock. Like literally. So anybody got questions on that shit, y'all can just hit my back channel and I definitely give you some game on that. Somebody put it in the back chat. Vending machines too, bro. You are just responsible for negotiating with the location. Yeah. I'm finna buy 10 in the springtime. I'm buying 10 vending machines and I'm putting them into barber shops because I know a lot of barbers in my city. I know a lot of beauticians with their own salons in my city, and I know some people who have shared business offices too. So I'm gonna buy vending machines and service the people I know.
Not
So
just vending machines, ATMs. I'm
Yeah, that
actually in
too.
the
Yep,
process of
yep.
negotiating a contract now. And here's the thing: you could either fund your ATM. You can start off with very little money to fund an ATM machine, right? Or you can get a contract with individuals who put the money in with the ATM. ATM business is really, really lucrative. It residual. Yeah, it brings passive income at small amounts with just one, but the more you have, the more money you make, obviously. But again, it's about negotiating contracts, but it's also knowing a business. Just don't run into a business not knowing a business and end up losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, again, like I say, and I'm going to say this again, whoever you decide to get your mentoring from, do your homework on the individuals, ask for their references, Ask for their credentials. Ask to see some of their work, right? Like, not for nothing. A lot of people are afraid to ask people for these things for fear that they may lose out. But here's the thing: it can save you thousands on the back end. That's all I'm
That's a
saying.
fact.
I want to comment on that.
So,
The vending
1 second,
machine.
Jazz. Because I was literally about to throw it to you in 2 seconds because I know you got them. I want y'all right. Chrissy, I got you. I just saw your text, and then I'm gonna let Shavantes put her link up at the top. Um, I I really want to plant this in y'all heads, right? Can y'all hear me? Because I got a red bar.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
I really, really can't stress this enough, right? Maybe because I lost a lot of my time out of my life that I don't want to waste no more of my time in my life. That I'm so adamant and passionate about getting to a bag, right? And I got two small baby boys, so I gotta build up for them. But one thing, right? I said this yesterday. A lot of people got their notifications off on their electronic payment apps like Cash App, Venmo, and shit. I don't know why. That's crazy to me. A lot of y'all got your notifications off on your email. That means to me that means that you are subscribed to things that you don't really like or things you don't really want in your life. You got too many notifications coming from places that aren't adding value to your life, right? Because you don't know if an email come through that could be a new client, a new contract, a new anything, right? But you didn't get to it till 2 days later because the notifications is off. Somebody paid you for a course on. They might have just seen your bio, bought something. Your cash app's in your bio. They sent you a cash app for a course, but you didn't respond till 3 days later because your notifications is off. So you need to unsubscribe and whatever to these shits that you don't, want to be a part of that's not bringing no value to your life because when these notifications go off for me, it's an exciting moment. Like nothing excites me more than knowing that I got some more money coming in, right? And so I just want y'all to realize that maybe you just need to clean up and detox from some of the bullshit that y'all got going on in your life. Like, another thing, second thing, you know, um, a lot of people be on the Shade Room. A lot of people be on Hollywood Unlocked. A lot of people be on these, blog sites and even Clubhouse. A lot of people spend a lot of time on these platforms wasting time, right? So it's like cool. Get a little bit of both, but start following more productive people. On my Instagram, I unfollowed so many motherfuckers, and I'm still unfollowing, and I start following more productive people because when I go through my timeline, I see information that I didn't have in my life before. I see people that I want to connect with. I get certain motivation from people because that's what I'm searching for. I got to attach myself to the things that I want to gravitate towards, and sometimes that comes from other people or other things. So it's like once you start pulling those things and people closer to you, that's how you start manifesting the shit. And honey, we gonna get that link back up here for your manifestation book too, because even reading shit, writing shit down, saying shit out loud, just that shit works because it's what you put out is what you get back. Like I remember waking up broke one day and saying, yo, I don't want to be broke no more, and I just start hustling, I start grinding, I start talking to people, I start networking, and I start making money. You know what I'm saying? So, like, wanting it and actually working for it is two different things, but you got to want it and you got to see it and then you got to work towards it. So, that comes from a lot of small things in our life, our social platforms, our friends, our family, the places we hang out at, the things that we're engaging ourselves in, the things that we surround ourselves by. Like, all that shit makes a huge difference in the success and the lack of success that we're going to see in our life. Because if you got a whole bunch of homeboys that's got no drive or no hustle, you ain't gonna be motivated to do shit or you ain't gonna be challenged to do shit. You get what I'm saying? So that's just from me to y'all, man. That's just something I wanted to leave y'all with. Before I pass this over to somebody else, I'm about to post real quick. I'm about to post, and I'm gonna throw it to Jazz. I'm gonna post this link for y'all to buy these candles for my girl Chrissy. So if y'all got if the holidays is coming up, y'all want your house to smell good. You want your girlfriend to drop her panties when she come in your crib. Make sure you get you one of these motherfucking candles because they smell good. Go ahead, Jazz.
Oh yeah, just real quick about the vending machines. You guys made me think of another way that people could start a service without even having to purchase a vending machine. We got used vending machines because they were cheaper, and they came with no instructions. Like I just got lucky because the guy stayed when he dropped it off to explain it to me. But you guys can easily start a service of helping people stock because it's not as passive income as y'all think. Y'all still got to stock it. You still got to go check on it. If it malfunctions, you have to be there. But you could start a service where you learn how to operate these machines and teach people how to operate their machines. Because a lot of us, like I said, people normally buy them used and it doesn't come with the instructions. And sometimes the person you buy it from is not going to sit there and walk you through it. So you can start a service teaching people how to use their machines, and you can also start a service of being a stalker. Everybody doesn't want to, they just want the passive income of it. Everybody doesn't really feel like stocking it, keeping it updated, keeping things fresh. You could start a service and just do that in your local city. Become a vending machine stocker and help people take care of the vending machines they already own. So I think that's dope. We might even add that service. You guys just actually made me think about it. I had bought these vending machines for my son. So all the money from the vending machines goes to his account. And Navy Federal allows you guys to have kid accounts, by the way, if y'all want to open one for y'all kids. So I just wanted to throw that out.
That's
Thank you so
wonderful,
much.
Jasmine. You need to actually do that, girl, because I've been hearing about this vending machine thing, and that's the exact reason why I didn't want to do it. Is because I didn't want to be responsible for stocking that thing or dealing with the malfunctioning of the vending machine. So I think that's an amazing business venture if you decide to get into that. But I wanted to say something real quick because Shavantes had spoke earlier about doing your research on people before you decide to jump into business with them. Sometimes even just being in the vicinity of listening to people and their business ideas will help you open up your ideas on what you think that would possibly fit for you. So you might not do business with these people, but just getting information and hearing other people's businesses and their success stories, it's going to open up your brain cells to be like, okay, maybe I can do this too. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there because I get a lot of ideas from just listening to people. Even Jay Massey, I think one time he had said something about the cell phone towers. I didn't know shit about cell phone towers or nothing about that, but it made me Google it and start looking into it. So I don't know. I just think that, listening to other people's businesses, it actually helps open a door for you of different things that you never thought about.
Oh,
Yeah, good.
absolutely, Ebony. I would totally agree with that. But even in getting into that business, there's a lot of. They call it YouTube University for a reason, and God daggone it, you can find a lot on YouTube. But the other part, can y'all hear me? Because I got a red bar.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can
yeah.
hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
and after that,
The
I'm
other
gonna
part
say
of that is
something.
when you start actually moving into doing your business, is what I'm saying. That you, and if you don't know how to structure it right, you may need that. You definitely gonna need, like I was talking about the trademarks, etc., etc. Making sure you have an email address that is at yourbusinessname.com, not a at gmail.com, especially when you're trying to get loans or you're trying to go for grant fund, federal funding. It's a lot of different things that when you start moving into trying to get federal money, et cetera, in grants, that you have to make sure your business is structured appropriately. But Leontine made an amazing point in the chat, and thank you for bringing that up, Leontine. Um, Even when getting a mentor, you need to get a mentor for where you are in your business, right? So if you're at the startup phase, get a mentor that's great at starting up businesses. If you're in the process of scaling your business, get a mentor that is great at scaling businesses. Not every mentor is, they just say the master of everything, but wait, what does that say? Jack of all trades, master of none, right? Get somebody that has a master in something, right? Because the reality of it is, then and only then can you grow. Like when I got my MPA, I concentrated in grant writing because I knew that eventually I wanted to move into the reentry dynamic and getting grant money from the federal government for reentry programs. Hence why I decided to go and get that second master's degree, right? And I also know that having being a license and now studying for my C as a clinical, now I can do my own billing, right? So again, I don't, school is not for everyone, but if you are going to go to college, make sure it's something that you can utilize for yourself in the future if you decide to go into, you know, that type of work, because ultimately not everybody is for college. Some people can make millions and never see a day in college. Some people don't even have a high school diploma and got
I
millions,
dropped
right?
out three
But
times.
right, but all I can say is whatever you do, be the best at it. But know that you also got to put the work in. Right? You can't say I want to scale a business and you're not putting the work in and investing in yourself, but want everybody to invest in you. So that's all I'm saying, and then I'm gonna go on mute.
I want
Yo, Bray, I
uh,
wanted to
one. Hold on 1 second, but dog. I want Shopify to get in there real quick. I missed her message 20 minutes ago.
She's a
Shopify, you
dope
by your
chick
phone?
too. She's been on this app for a minute. She's a dope one.
Thank
Shopify,
you,
what?
Yeah, she got it. We did
Siobhan.
a room yesterday, and she gave out so much game, and y'all didn't show up, man. But we back at it again, and she got a class today, so I want her to talk.
Oh, the class was yesterday, y'all. I'm
Oh, was
exhausted,
it?
but
Damn, my bad.
I
yeah, we
just
had
wanted
one
to
yesterday.
say,
Hold 1 second, Janae.
Uh, Oh, hey everybody. Thank you, Bray. Thank you for giving me the floor. Siobhan said, yeah, you dope too, girl. I've been listening to you and Leontine all day. But yeah, one thing you guys could think about is learning how to design website. I mean, the game is changing now. A lot of brick and mortar went out of business because they didn't have an online presence. So even going out to these small businesses and hey, you don't have an online presence. Do you want me to go ahead and just build you a Google My page? Like that's something that's so simple to do, but a lot of older people that's in business, they don't know, they don't understand technology, and they don't want to do it, and they're willing to pay you. So if you're somebody that wants to learn how to design website, then send me a message. We had a class yesterday, and we went for 4 hours designing website. I've been teaching the youth how to design a basic website. You don't need a lot of coding experience to be able to build a website on Shopify because there's different platforms that you can learn how to build website on. It's just maybe like a template plug and drop and a few things that I have to teach you, but that's a skill that could make you way over $10,000. There's different phases of website designing. You could be the front face, right, and then you could hire somebody else to do, if you need coding, right, you could hire somebody to do the coding for you. That's literally how I started my agency, where I started my business online, and then I turned it into an agency where I build website and also started teaching people to build website. And whatever I don't know how to do, I just hire somebody to do that part of the business. You don't have to know everything, but you do have to know the basic foundation when it comes to building these websites and carrying an agency, carrying a business. So if that's something you want to learn how to do, just send me a message. I am also going to put in the chat a company that you could go to for free mentorship, because I know sometimes people are just starting and they want help. But everyone is not going to mentor you for free, right? Some people have put years and years into what they're doing, and all the knowledge and skills they required. They basically gonna want to get paid, but you may not be able to pay the individual. So I'll put that free resource in the chat for you guys. I'm actually a part of that program, and I do mentor other business owners through that program where they don't have to pay me, but that's my way of giving back. So there's ways to make money online. The last thing I'll say, Bray, before I close up, because I don't want to hog the mic, is that e-commerce right now is the time to get on in, right? You can either do drop shipping, you can do print on demand. Those business models, you don't need to have product on hand. You don't need to buy product in wholesale. So if you don't have a lot of money, you can still get in. Shopify is doing a $1 trial. I'll put the link in the chat for you guys, or you could message me. I send it to you. You could open an account for 3 months for $1 and just start generating some income within those 3 months to see how much money can you really make. I'm not going to tell you could make $10,000 in 1 month right away. Okay. It just doesn't work that way. You're going to have to do the work. Now, in a few months, can you scale your way to 10,000? Absolutely. Right. The easiest way to do it, from my experience, is having one business and multiply your income within that one business. Don't open up two, three, four, five, six business, and your first one is not even making money or seeing a profit. Okay. So what I mean by creating income in one business, for example, if you start out your business with an ebook, that ebook may tell somebody how to lose weight. Within that ebook, you're going to have products that they have to purchase to be able to lose weight. That product's on your website. So that's already two ways to generate income within one business. After that, you're going to be start teaching other people how to lose weight, coaching one-on-one. That's another stream of income. That's number 3. Number 4, you can start your courses. Okay, that's number 5 income. Number 6, you could do group training, right? So that's 6 right there, or 7, right? Then you could also do membership, like subscription. That's another source of income. So take one business, figure out how can you multiply that one business into multiple income. That's what I did in the middle of the pandemic, and I was fortunate to be able to hit 6 figures in 8 months. But it took a lot of work, time, and energy. It didn't happen overnight. It took me at least a year before I was able to do that when I was in business. So Bray, thank you for the
Yeah, for
opportunity. I hope you
sure.
guys got something from that. I'll put the links in the chat, or send me a message if you want the Shopify link, or if you want the mentorship link. I'll send you guys
Yeah,
both.
thank you so much, High. Janae, you had something to say?
oh yeah, I was about to comment about the vending machines earlier. I was gonna say, if you are doing it for your kid, which is a great thing, it's a great business for kids, make sure you get your kids a children's bank account, because when you get your children a regular children's bank account with your bank, they do not charge you maintenance fees. That will continue if they decide to go to college and they are a full-time student. They will not receive any maintenance fees, so there will be no money taken out of that account. Because not many people be noticing, yes, those little dollar, $2, $3 for account maintenance adds up. If you're doing that for your kid, make sure you get them a children's bank account. And you can also have authorization over it so you can see what they're spending, put more money on their account, work on building their credit all within their own account. You can teach them money management. That's all.
And you know what's so funny? You just said that. I'm gonna say this too. If you have kids, make them work for you. Put them on your payroll.
Right.
This shit sounds crazy. A lot of people think I'm crazy. My son works for me in
That's a
my body
tax
butter business.
write-off.
Right. My son works for me in my body butter business. He can't make but a certain amount. But now he got his working papers. So because he has his working papers, I could actually pay him regular minimum wage because he has his working papers. But the point that I'm just trying to make is make your kids work for you. Right? Use them as your on your tax write-off. Like a lot of people don't realize that there is so many ways to get tax write-offs that is not even
I
funny.
just, I
And
just,
and
that's
Right?
once
that's
they're
what I
old
had to
enough,
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other part
and
really quickly
once
is
they're old enough
the,
to
the,
make the
the other
money,
part really quickly, and I promise I'll go on mute. Shopify is funny you said that. Like a lot of people laugh at me because I crochet, right? It is what it is. I love to crochet. I think I do some amazing pieces in crocheting, right? Hell, I could take your face and put it on a blanket. And I started a crochet class where people actually pay to come into my crochet class. One and it's something that I love to do. I'm passionate about, but at the end of the day, I also generated money from it. So, I mean, it's small money. It's not a big type of money. I also teach crochet classes to a bunch of individuals. Here's ironically, right? Men crochet too, right? And I have a crochet class at my transitional house that I wrote in my budget, right? That they actually pay me for to have an instructor come in and teach the crochet class. Like, it is crazy that people don't realize what kind of money is out there. But I digress.
I
I'm gonna
wanna.
jump in there. Oh
So
yeah.
real quick on I'm sorry, just to piggyback off of the kids like employing your children. So this is actually something that I picked up on in one of our rooms, our business rooms as well. Yes, you can employ your kids and you can pay them up to $12,000 per year tax free. And if you hire them to do stuff, you could just put them down as like, a marketing person, or you can put them down as a branding rep, even if they're like stuffing
Brand ambassador,
envelopes
all that.
or brand